The British Medical Journal in 2008 found that teams that warmed up at least twice a week had 37% fewer training injuries and 29% fewer game injuries.
ACC and Touch New Zealand are doing a really great initiative here with the warm-up initiative that they've put through. It's going to keep you on the field, it's going to keep you active, it's going to prevent you from having those horrible back pains and injuries, so you can do the things that you love.
The Touch Fit 360 warm-up is for all levels. Whether you're a beginner or an athlete, the formula for injury prevention is the same.
Finding it really useful to go through the warm-up before each game. It's preventing injuries, and it's definitely giving me more energy.
There's been studies showing that these warm-ups can help reduce injuries, severe injuries by 50%, which is a massive number, and it's important that we look after our health, look after ourselves, so that we can continue to play the sports that we love.
Definitely vouch for the benefits of doing a warm-up. I haven't been injured so far this season. I'm feeling really primed and ready to go when the game starts, and I think I'm just enjoying playing touch a lot more than I probably would without warming up.
The advantage of the Touch Fit 360 warm-up is that you don't need any equipment or specialist knowledge. It's a complete warm-up program for different levels. Head on over to our site and check it out.
Ai, ko te iri, ko te urunga tū, ko te urunga pai, ko te urunga mā tike tike, ko te urunga mā rangaranga, e hika mā matike maranga. Whenei te whakataitai. Welcome to the 2020 Bunnings Junior National Touch Championship. And we have a huge game coming up in the under-18 girls. We have Kapiti-Horowhenua going up against Canterbury. And we are joined in the commentary box by the New Zealand Open Women's captain, Ehua. Welcome.
Kia ora T, happy to be here again today, this afternoon. It's got pretty hot out here today, so I think that it's going to be quite hard for the teams to keep up with the speed of the game and the heat that's going to be shining on them, but I think we're in for an absolute ripper. Both teams have already played a couple of games today. Canterbury have played 2 games, beating Wellington earlier this morning and then drawing to a very strong Te Tai Tukaro girls team. And Horowhenua Kapiti, they have played 1 team, Otago earlier this morning, and they went down to them. So they'll be looking to come back and get revenge against this Canterbury side.
Yeah, absolutely. And you spoke about the heat. There's been a bit of the wind has picked up this afternoon, which I think the players will be inviting because it's very hot out there. But we have a huge game coming up between Kapiti-Horowhenua and Canterbury, and no doubt you know a few of these Canterbury girls.
Yeah, we've played Canterbury a few times. They're a strong team across the board. They play a lot of school level touch together as well, and have really, really strong connections out there, and coached by Adrian Godanet, and he's been with this group for a long time, so they're a very well drilled team.
Yep, and looking at Kapiti-Horowhenua, we spoke to Hika Pene before this game. He gave us a bit of an insight on who some of the guns are, and he mentioned number 1, Rangimarie Sturmey, who's also in the rugby program, number 4, Jada Willits, and number 14, Maya Cook, who I've been told is a whanaunga to Hokowhitu Cook, so shout out to the Cook whānau of Kapiti-Horowhenua.
Canterbury with the first tap of the game, heading down to the 5, and see what they can create here. Great shutdown defence there from the Kapiti players. Still got touches up their sleeve, working it on the 5 metre line. Thompson, strong dump. Great cover defence there from the saving toucher.
Yeah, that's a good set of defence there by Kapiti-Horowhenua. Canterbury looked to go long early, and their defence was up to it, but they've made a mistake here in their first set, inviting Canterbury to a second attacking set early on in this match. They have the backdoor play. These first few minutes is always a bit touch and go. The players still finding their rhythm, finding their timings. There's a long pass to the right there. It fell a bit short. So Kapiti-Horowhenua with their first yard set. They'll look to make it to their box to bring on some fresh legs.
Good defence from Canterbury so far, keeping them in their own half for the first 4, but a great strong drive on the 5th. Last touch here. They're looking just to kill it. Probably needed to kill it closer to their sub box to have Canterbury work a little bit harder to get to their own box and get their fresh legs on.
Yeah, absolutely, and we must meet to the Canterbury defence. Kapiti-Horowhenua threw everything that they had at them, but they could only make it to their 10-metre line. And Canterbury are rewarded with an attacking scoop here. They go to the right, quick hands, and they get a repeat set on the line here. So all the attack has come from Canterbury in these first few minutes of this under-18s clash.
Number 9 on the ball here, Georgia Reid, working in combination with the other middle here. Georgia Sheet, the two Georges. See what they can create. Little crossover quickie, passive link line. Wow. Great lines there run by that link to get around the outside of the saving winger and scored in the corner to open up our scoring. 1-0 to Canterbury.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a nice passive line run there. And we see the winger shoot in. And with a little jink to the outside, see our first try of the match go to Alicia Cummings.
Kapiti will be looking to hit back off their tap now. They're in good field position.
This is their first time down this end of the field. Looks a little bit disjointed at the moment, but they'll set for a last play. We must also mention our referees who are out there, Tai Hepi, Jake Frame, Moana Winiana, who are doing an amazing job at officiating this match. Canterbury make a little break down the sideline. They're chewing up the yards here. They have fresh legs on. Look to set on the 4th here. 5th touch. They go for the scoop. They go back down that short side. And a hole opens up for number 3, Emily Allen. That comes off the back of good yards.
Yeah, very much so. So we see the Bunnings replay. Dummy half picks, hits hands, draw and pass, and they're through into the line. Great line running there from the Canterbury outside players, and good awareness from the ball playing middles. Kapiti looking to hit back here off their tap off, spreading it a little bit to a 32 channel, coming back to the middle. Sweeper play with the decoy runner. Some speed out wide. Great diving touch there from the try scorer, Emily Allen. Touch 5. Oh, beautiful switchback.
Didn't quite get the number there, but there was good patience in that scoop play. We see number 9 is waiting for that gap to open up. That link latched on to the scooper there. Andrina Falaniko, who's been looking very good. He's looked very good in these opening minutes. Gets Kapiti-Horowhenua's first try of the match. Now, they'll look to hold out this attacking set by Canterbury. No doubt that's what Coach Michael Stokes will be relaying to their team. Good shot, short side.
Yeah, it was really good defence there from Kapiti, not giving the dummy half any time to think of the right option, shutting it down nicely. And so yards out now, getting to the halfway line. Good set of yards. Fortunately, a wee mistake crept in, giving Canterbury back good field position right from halfway.
Yeah, liking how Kapiti-Horowhenua are very proactive on their defence as opposed to reactive. They're dictating what the attacking team is doing, and they're rewarded for it. So Canterbury, hot on the attack, have fresh legs on in the form of Gemma Rowe. Backdoor play down the short side. A dive by number 13, Alicia Cummings. She's also been impressive in these early minutes. And there she is. Back down the short side. Scores a nice try. And we've talked about the 1%ers that catch pass. I think there were 3 passes that went into this. 2 passes. And it's simple bread and butter stuff that's getting Canterbury over the line.
Yeah, that was just some really good eyes up touch footy there. Draw a player past the next, draw a player past the next, and get through the line. Another mistake crept in early from Kapiti there. If they can narrow these little 1%ers down, they'll be down the other end of the field and have better field position to score some more tries. Again, another mistake there, this time from the opposition. Canterbury getting called for a forward pass off the ruck. The referees have been really looking for that in these games today. We've seen quite a few forward pass off the rucks being called. So I think for tomorrow it'll be a lot of coaches' plans to stop those.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been one thing that's consistent throughout this first day of competition. The refs are penalising forward passes off the ruck. Probing here is Canterbury. Look to set for a sweeping play. Hands of Riley Thompson. Courtney got a net here. Second phase play. Passes it on to Emily Allen, but the defence was up to it. Good defensive set there by Kapiti-Horowhenua. They'll want to follow it up with a nice yards. Get to their sub box, get some fresh legs. Oh, look at these yards. Number 8, Sophia Willits. Shout out to the Willits family who have three Willits out there today for Kapiti-Horowhenua. A nice little pass on that left side.
Yeah, it was really well worked play there. Unfortunately, couldn't hold on to the ball, but it was looking awesome. Canterbury are yardsing out now. Great pressure defence from Kapiti. Number 10, Bailey Oliva, getting her team back on the front foot. Fortunately, throwing away a pass there without looking.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit of a coach killer there. Coach Michael Stokes will be shaking his head in the sub box. But Canterbury get on with the mahi. And they're rolling down the field here. Easy yards. Good connection between these young girls. Scooping play. Even better defence. It's a real whānau affair out there. We have the Willits whānau and we also have the 2 sheep girls, Georgia and Maddie, number 1 and 2 for Canterbury. There's Maddie there, passes it to Georgia. And Georgia Reed here.
Canterbury are just happy to hold it up, get their fresh legs on. See what they can set up now. Number 8, Gemma Rowe, controlling the game. Working in combination with Courtney Godinet. Rowe on the ball.
Oh, that's a nice play there by Kapiti-Horowhenua. Faking to initiate the touch and pulling out. If you play the ball without being touched, it is a handover. So Kapiti, with their fresh legs onto the field, will look to spread it here. Chew up some yards. I like the little check plays they're doing. Even though they didn't have an attacking play off the back of those yards, that's the second best thing, is to kill the ball in the opposition half.
Definitely. Getting the turnover where they got it was exactly what they wanted, although the ball was killed over the opposition side, which made it easy for them to get their fresh legs on, which is exactly what Canterbury have done, and now they're going to run it in. Great defence from the winger there, reading that play perfectly, lifting off the line and shutting it down before the link could even catch the ball.
Yep, and there's another little fumble there. The heat could be getting to these girls late in the first half here at Bruce Pullman Park in Papakura. This is our last game for the day, for day one of the Nationals. You see a nice looping play there by number 4, Riley Thompson. She's one of the strikers here for this Canterbury side. Looking to bring it back. Hoping to dump it, maybe 6 or 7 metres out from the line.
Canterbury happy just to wait for this Kapiti side to get up to where they want them to be. Kate Taylor, beautiful long ball. Unfortunately not held out wide, but it was a stunning long ball. Had it been caught, we're in for all money.
Oh, that was a good ball. Fortunately, Ella McDonald couldn't hold on to the pass. Kapiti here, back on the attack. Chewing up these yards. And they're rewarded for it. Canterbury are caught offside, but I've noticed there's a little bit of disjointedness between the yards and the attacking play for Kapiti-Horowhenua in this first half.
Yeah, lovely dive there from the Kapiti player. I really enjoyed that they kept the flow in that last one. I think that's what really set them up to get through. They kept the flow, they didn't slow it up, they caught Canterbury on the back foot, and they got rewarded with a fresh set of 6. Unfortunately, we fumble in the ruck again. Little 1%ers are creeping in now. About 1.5 minutes to finish this first half off solidly.
So Canterbury look to capitalise down that right side. Had the speedster Emily Allen shut down. Beautiful scoop here by Sheet. Touch was called. So Georgia Sheet will be penalised for the touch and pass. Kapiti-Horowhenua with one attacking set left in this half. It'll be good if they can close the gap to 1 just before half time. They're looking a little bit flat out there as the hooter goes at the end of this first half.
Yeah, I think that coach will be telling this Horowhenua Kapiti team to just hold on to the ball a little bit more, especially when they're in the red zone. They don't want to get too many turnovers right down there and give Canterbury too many more attacking chances because they're looking quite sharp on the line. But Kapiti-Horowhenua's defence is holding really strong at the moment. But yeah, I think if they can yards out and look after that orange zone and get to the other end of the field, then the scoreline can change a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a classy first half by Canterbury. They lead 3-1 at the half. As we look into their box, getting their fluids up. I think the half just came just in time for the Kapiti-Horowhenua side. They were looking like they're a bit flat-footed there towards the end of that first half. So hopefully, early on in the second half, someone can bring that spark for this team.
Yeah, Kapiti have had a pretty big break. Their first game this morning was at 9:40, so they've been finished since 10 a.m. So sometimes that can play a bit of a factor in how well you can get up for the next game, because if you have 5 hours off, it can take its toll on you. But for Canterbury, it is their third game of the day, so they've played an extra game. And I think that if they can keep winning that orange zone and getting from end to end, Coach Adrian Godinett will be pretty happy with his side. Then it's just finishing off down the attacking end, their little 1%ers there. They've had quite a few recounts, so he'll be wanting to get that strike rate up a little bit more.
Absolutely. So hopefully in the second half, Kapiti-Horowhenua can claw their way back. So we see Canterbury here making their way back onto the field. They'll start with a defensive set. They'll be looking to hold out this first set. And Kapiti-Horowhenua will be looking to capitalise on it and bring it to a 1-point game early on in the second half. So the Hooters gone. Once they get 6 out there, we'll be into the second half.
The Kapiti team just happy to take their time getting out onto the field. If they can hit back right here, we'll be in for a pretty good ball game.
So they have their strikers out there. Drina Falaniko, who is a standout for this Kapiti team in the first half, is out there, along with Iman Willits. One of 3 Willits who are out there. Number 9 here, Drina Falaniko.
Looking to run a wee decoy play there, pass out the back. Canterbury's defence up to the task, and they've shut down that first set of 6.
And that's a small win there for Canterbury early on in the second half. No doubt their coach, Adrian Godinett, will be happy with that. But he won't be happy with that sloppy little 1%er snuck in there.
Yeah, that's that same play we've been talking about, Iman Willits. She got up in the line, put a little bit of a hard touch on, two-handed strong touch, and forced the turnover. Very good defence. She gets her team in good field position to attack. Working their way down to the 5. Looking to set up. Good defence from the Canterbury side there.
Yeah, I like Kapiti-Horowhenua's style in the second half. They're throwing the ball around. They've kind of gone away from their static plays. So, Canterbury getting their first attacking set in the second half. Haven't had much ball down this end of the field. Great touch one there. Emily Allen working with Courtney Godinett and Georgia Sheet. These are their 3 attackers. Coming down, the dingo is number 9, Georgia Reid.
Good lock-in defence there from Kapiti. Looking to get to their box early. Here's the fresh legs running round. Great strong drive in the middle. Willett's on the ball. Can she create? Steps the player. Good saving defence there from Courtney Godinett.
So back down the middle of the field goes Canterbury. They're looking to work towards their box. And number 6, Leilani Te Whioro, hasn't seen much ball in this game, but when she got a bit of a sniff, she took 20 metres and a nice little play down the short side through Ella McDonald, who increases the lead to 3.
Yeah, as we see here, Kate Taylor, good eyes up touch player, knows how to spot a gap, spots a gap, draws the winger in, passes it to her teammate out wide, and a try in the corner.
Absolutely, and that eyes up footy comes from experience, and it also comes from confidence to go away from what the set move is or what the set pattern is, and they've capitalised on it. So Kapiti-Horowhenua with 11 minutes to play. There's still plenty of time in touch football to claw back 3 points. See what they can run. It's Willett's in the middle there.
Intercept there from the playmaker in the last try, Kate Taylor. Looking at getting a good go forward for her side. What I really like about this Canterbury team is that they use a lot of their players across the park. And they know how to flow with the ball, find the gap, row through the middle, looking to find support play from the outside. Great defence there. Great cover defence, not letting the attacking players through. Dummy half can't score. Courtney on the ball. Oh, well done. They spot a gap. That is Gemma Rowe scoring the try through the middle in combination with Courtney Godinett.
Absolutely, and you hit it on the head. They like to use or utilise all of their players right across the board, which means more players using less energy. So towards the back end of this game, they will start to roll. Man, Willett's back out there, along with Rangimarie Sturmey. We haven't seen much of her in this game. Another error creeping in there. So Canterbury look to shift it, go to their box. Nice backdoor play and an extra tip on.
Great defence from the Kapiti players, forcing a turnover in their own half. Great field position. The Canterbury team were looking for a recount call, but referees called ball to ground.
Yeah. I think Canterbury were a bit unlucky there to get that recount. But they've shown good attitude, and it's a reflection of their province to just get on with the mahi. Even though the 50-50 call didn't go their way. Good discipline out there. Georgia Sheet, she's tuning up the yards. Courtney got a net. And Georgia Reid. Back to Georgia Reid. Back to got a net. And back to Georgia Reid. It's awesome play. Good connection between these two.
Did you see draw and pass out wide? Courtney's got the pace, gives it back on the inside. Probably could have gone all the way, but team player, draw and pass, draw and pass. Very, very impressive ball skills from the two shown out there. Kapiti on the attack now from half. 3 good drives here. Shifting the ball. Drawing a penalty. Got a recount. They'll look to keep it pretty close for the first couple of touches. Drawing another recount. Canterbury have to be careful here. Good strong two-handed touches from the middle. Looking for options. I like the way Kapiti are not too afraid to throw the ball around. It's touch one and they're happy to throw it long.
Yeah.
Keeps the defence on their toes. Intercept from the winger. She's got speed. Great cover defence.
Yep. And Kapiti, unfortunate, they were quick there. They had a quick sub come on to make that touch. So they bring the fresh legs on. Through number 8, Gemma Rowe. Working with Hayley McCullough. Oh, beautiful play out the left side there.
They really like that passive line from the link. Don't usually see it as much in girls' touch, but this Canterbury side have run it really, really well. Strong passing from all directions. Finishing off in the corner, taking Canterbury out to a 7-2 lead.
Absolutely, and it's a great variation, that passive link, compared to the chopping link. It keeps the winger in two minds, because they have to come right in and right off their line to make that touch on the link. So it's a nice little variation to their play for Canterbury.
A little bit disconnected here at the moment on the try line. And shutdown defence from Canterbury looked strong.
Yeah, I'm liking the way they're being very proactive with their defence and turning it into attack with their speedster, number 14, Rosa Blake. Just cuts them up on the outside and goes the length of the field.
Definitely clinical play here from Canterbury. Eyes up. They look to get it wide early to go to the box. And Rosa just little in and out on the wing and goes the length of the field to score their 8th try of the game.
So Kapiti-Horowhenua, 4 minutes, 30 seconds to play. What can they bring to the table? They have their strikers out there. They come the blind side. But another little crucial error has crept in. Pass was a little bit behind the player there. So Canterbury eating up the yards. Good connection between these three players, Georgia Sheep and Georgia Reid. And number 13 here, Alicia Cummings, yes. And the ref looks to the touch judge and he nods. Stretching out their lead to 9 points.
Nice dive there from Georgia Reid. Slips away from the defender slightly. Diving defender. Calls no touch. It's good sportsmanship there. Kapiti will look to attack here on this play. Bring that scoreline back a little bit closer.
Good positive defence there by Courtney Godanet. Number 5 in the link there. Still a little bit just disjointed here for Kapiti-Horowhenua. Look to come this short side. The man on the fence of the Canterbury team was up to it. So they'll look to go back to their speedster. Nice little wrap play there They're building a bit of confidence here. They have a big lead, so they can start to throw the ball around a little bit, try some new combos, but they're stung there with a forward pass.
Good calls there from our referees. Their eyes are on the game and they're seeing a lot of forward passes off the ruck. Canterbury were penalised for it. Getting up very strong on defence here though, keeping Kapiti just in their own half. Simmons goes to box. Bringing on their fresh legs. They'll look to get a strike here. Set of 6. I don't think the Kapiti side were quite aware of the touch count on that one. Strong positive drive there from Bella Lister. Rowe going forward through the middle. Back to Lister. She spots a gap. Great diving touch there from the link.
And I like the your use of the word positive, how they're very upright and confident in the way they carry the ball. It creates a bit of confusion in the defensive line. And a little bit of footwork in the yards before initiating the touch. It's throwing this Kapiti-Horowhenua defence off, which means the Canterbury side has made a lot of yards down the orange zone.
It's not quite enough strike off the back of this Kapiti-Horowhenua's attacking plays at the moment. They're definitely getting down there, but just need to be aware of the fifth touch a little bit more and hopefully you can get a bit of a ball play off the back of it. Canterbury looking to finish strong here. The last part of the second half. Georgia combos back on. Reed drives, Sheet picks it up, looks for a gap, spots one, finds her teammate, and she's been on the ball all game. Courtney got in it. Well-deserved try to finish off this game.
Yeah, and as we watch the replay, we see they went to the short side there. Huge gap opened up for Courtney, got in it. And Canterbury take out this game 10 points to 2 over Kapiti-Horowhenua here at the Bunnings Warehouse Junior Touch Nationals. That's our last game for the day, but be back tomorrow morning at 9:30. We'll have more action from the Touch Nationals.